Hey, people, all you mushroom lovers out there. I am going to be doing a marketing video and I'm trying to keep it to 10 minutes, so I'm going to talk fast. My kids are also home today from school because we're having a windstorm here in the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, so yeah, you might hear something going on in the background. Marketing. So I've gotten a lot of requests on doing marketing, and if you followed my videos, you know that I just started my business in December, and it is March 2nd, so 2 months basically, something like that. And I've gotten a lot of customers. I'm actually at capacity with chefs right now. I literally cannot take on any more chefs because I'm at capacity literally in my grow. I say literally a lot. I'm at capacity with my grow. So how did I do it? So last week was my biggest week so far. I sold 167 pounds of mushrooms. The beginning of the week, I harvested 100 and yeah, it was 110 pounds or something like that of shiitake. It might have even been 120. Yeah, it was 120 pounds. Sorry, of shiitake, and I didn't think I was going to be able to sell them. I'm like, oh my god, I got so much. They were all sold within 3 days. Everything, the whole 167 pounds was sold between Sunday and Tuesday night. It's crazy. It's insane. And this is how I did it. I wrote some notes so I stay on track. So first of all, this is really going to be kind of two. My two markets, which are chefs and farmers markets. There's other, markets like in terms of doing wholesale and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how to get in that game. I just know what I've done, and I haven't even technically started the farmers market business for mushrooms, but I did do farmers markets last year for microgreens and my farm products. So, all right. So the first thing, website. You do not have to have a website. Okay, totally unnecessary. I won't say it's unnecessary, but you don't have to have one. However, if you do have one, you better make it damn well good. Okay, and here's why. There are people like me out here, snobby, bougie, whatever you want to call it. I have high standards, right? I don't mind paying a premium price for something that's good, and that's what we want to sell. We want to be selling premium product. We're not selling no white button mushrooms or no portobellas that are all dry. We are selling gourmet mushrooms, people, at a premium price, right? So we're asking a lot of money from these people. If you have a website, it needs to look good. You need to have your pictures all looking good. You need to have your biography looking good. You need to have, if it's not a professional picture, you need to have like the best iPhone picture of you ever, okay? Descriptions of everything. One thing about my website, oh, but you should go to my website. It is Serenity Farm MD, as in Maryland.com. SerenityFarmMD.com. Go to my website, just look at it. I'm not saying it's the best website ever, but I think it's good. It's good enough for me, which I have, again, high standards. What you'll notice if you go to my website, I've got columns for my microgreens that I sell. I've got a column for my mushrooms that I sell. I've got a column for restaurants. One thing to do, once you do get chefs, and I'll tell you how I did it in a second. Once you do get chefs, you get restaurants. Give them shout outs on your website. If nothing else, if no one else looks at your website other than the chefs, and they're like, oh, I got Jules' business card or whatever, let me go look, let me go check her out, see like what her website's about. And after you've purchased from them, I'm sorry, once they've purchased from you and they see, oh wow, my restaurant is on that website, they're like, dang, she's legit, like she knows her business or whatever. Not only that, I have links to their restaurants. If you click on one of my restaurants, if you click on one of the restaurants that I sell to on my website, it will take you in a new page to their restaurant. How you do all that, that's a whole nother video. I do my website myself. I always have. I know how to do it, and that's a whole nother topic. But have it look good, okay? Number one, or just don't have one. Do just Instagram or Facebook. So, so the first thing, farmers markets. Where am I at? 4 minutes. Okay, farmers markets. Here's what you want to do. I'm going to insert a picture here. Okay, hopefully I just inserted the picture. So farmers markets, you want to have, I would say, a nice table. You need to be looking aesthetically pleasing so that you want to be welcoming people, all right? If it's in a open location, you want to have it shaded. Obviously, you don't want your stuff like drying up and everything, and you want people to not just be like, oh, since they want to come into the shade if it's really hot, for example. You want to have coolers. Have your mushrooms stored in coolers so that it stays nice and fresh, obviously. On that note, if you were doing something like showing your mushrooms like in clamshells or whatever, but then you're repackaging it into like brown paper sacks or whatever, make sure that you have lots of gloves. Have lots of gloves if you're the same person touching the mushrooms as the same like also taking the money. I am so picky about that. If someone now again, all of our mushrooms that we sell, you have to cook. You're cooking oysters. You're cooking king trumpets. You're cooking all of them. It's not like a white button that you could just put like raw in salad. Still, it's still food. I don't want to see anybody picking up my food and then handing me some money. It's a mental thing. So don't do it. Do gloves. I don't care if you have to buy like a million gloves and you're doing it one at a time. Take the money. Take the glove off and then do a new one. Do it. All right. Here's a big thing, and I'm hopefully putting up another picture. Have water, complimentary water, and have on there like a big card. I do these little chalkboard things, and it says complimentary water. Don't even say free water, complimentary. Again, gourmet people, we're asking for lots of money for these things. Complimentary is better than saying free, okay? Complimentary water. It just can't be any water, all right? It needs to have some ice up in it, and it needs to be flavorful. Throw some strawberries up in there, a little bit of mint, some mint and cucumber. Switch it up every week because you're going to have the same customers. So one week I might have, some mint, cucumber, strawberry, mint, whatever it is that if you're not growing it, like I grow, so I literally put like what I grow in it. Hey, can y'all be quiet? I'm videoing, please. Thank you. Love you. Whatever you have on hand. I don't care if you had to buy it from the grocery store. Have a flavored water. It's visually pleasing, and you have to have the ice. Keep the ice in a cooler, and keep it separate just from like the stuff that's on ice, like your mushrooms. Oh my word. Okay, so last thing on that, have cooking recipes. Everything needs to have your logo on it and your name on your actual name on it. So if you're going to do a recipe card, I think it's great. Have your logo on it, either on the back or somewhere. The reason why recipe cards are so good for these mushrooms is a lot of people don't know how to prepare them. They've never prepared an oyster mushroom. They don't know they have to cook it a little bit longer and that the stem is woody if they're only used to doing like a portobello or a white mushroom. So if you want to keep them coming back, tell them and show them how to cook it. Done with farmers markets. 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Dang. Okay. Chefs. This is where I'm going to spend the most time because I think this is who most people want to sell to are restaurants. Okay. Hey, Noah, come on, you guys. Come on. I'm trying to work. Hurry up. Okay. All right. This is what, like, windstorms, do. Your kids are home from school. You can't get any work done. First thing I'm going to say about chefs. Chefs buy from you. You have to have a really good product. All right, so that's just a given. You got to have a good product. But someone else could have a good product too, right? Two people, we have the same stuff. They buy from you. It's your personality. It's your follow through. It's your follow up. It's everything. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. You kind of, if it's two people, they got the same product, there's got to be something. You got to have some personality. I'm not saying you have to have an over the top personality like me. I mean, how could you really? I mean, that's hard to do. But no, seriously, you got to have some personality. You got to step out of your shelf. That's like not your normal thing. Or you don't have to do that. But you got to, again, like have a bomb product, have something good that you're offering to these chefs that someone else is not. All right, so social media. This could apply to any business, not just mushrooms. We're happening to be talking about mushrooms. I don't have a Facebook account. That's not true. I have a personal Facebook account. I don't use it. The only thing I use it for is to go on mushroom forums, which I don't even do that because I don't have time. My primary mode is Instagram. I'll tell you why. People, what do? They eat with their eyes? Yeah, eat with your eyes. Like you see something and you want to eat it. Like if it looks like crap, you don't want to eat it. I mean, it could taste like $1,000,000, but if it looks bad, you're not going to eat it, right? People eat with their eyes. Because we are selling food, people, they need pictures. Pictures. Instagram is pictures. If you don't have an Instagram account, you need to go and sign up for that today. By the way, my Instagram handle is fungy. That's my business name, fungy_jewel, JEWELL. Make sure you follow assistant, okay? All right. First thing about Instagram, which I highly recommend, you have to curate. So I took my previous personal page because I didn't need to create a business page and all that. I mean, you can if you want to have a personal and a business. It needs to be separate though. So you either need to have two separate accounts or whatever, but you have to have the business page. What I recommend, depending on how long your business name is, like I have Funky Fungi Jewel. So my chefs know, oh, it's Jewel. My friends that might be following, they know, okay, this is Jewel. My friends might not know Funky Fungi, but they know Jewel. So if it's short enough, long enough, whatever, put your name in there, okay? The second thing though is you have to curate it. And what I mean by that is you can't be putting pictures of your kids, of your dog, of your trip to the Poconos or whatever on your business page. No, that is a no. Okay, that's just like having a bad website. It's better to not have a website, at all than to have a bad one. Curate it. Only pictures of mushrooms, or in my case, farm-related things. Again, I don't just sell mushrooms. Mushrooms are now my predominant thing, but I'll show, 80%, 90% even is my mushrooms. Just literally pictures of my mushrooms, pictures of me harvesting it, sometimes me holding up a mushroom. People, that's another thing. People they want to see your face, generally, unless you got a jacked up face and they don't want to see it. But generally, people want to see you, who's growing it. So I do a mixture. I got, videos of me, like just my hands. Alexa, stop! Sorry, I'm actually cooking a chicken, which is actually in my thing here. So I'll get to the chicken in a minute. Hope I don't burn it.